We are an independent international intelligence agency operating at the highest level of discretion. It's the nature of Kingsman that our achievements remain secret.
How deep does this thing go?
Deep enough.
Hello again, welcome to episode number whatever. Today we'll be reviewing a movie called Kingsman, The Secret Service.
Yep. It's currently showing in the cinema. I think by the time this one is aired, it will be in the tail end of this thing. This movie stars Colin Firth, Mark Strong, and a new guy who's the lad in the movie. It also has Samuel L. Jackson. It's got Luke Skywalker in it.
Yes.
So it's a secret society type thing.
Yeah.
Where spies. So they're called the Kingsmen because they are sort of the knights of the round table
type thing, and it also happened to be the name of the tailor
that where their hideout is. So I really enjoyed this movie. It is basically the tale of this guy, the main protagonist, who was picked up from the streets because his father was a Kingsman, and so it was a tale where he becomes
or goes into training to become
or trains to become a Kingsman.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of elements in this movie. It was quite funny. To me, it was like a slightly more serious Austin Powers. But with a bit of depth in it, in the sense that there was also discussion about social status. Yeah. There was discussion about nature versus nurture, whether you are classy enough, or you are born with class, or can you be taught class.
It's also, I think it also returns Matthew Vaughn to what he does best, because I think the last movie he did was the X-Men thing, so it was a straightforward Marvel thing.
Yep.
This one, it's also, I think it has also been commented by others, like a bit more grown-up Kick-Ass, but partly because the origins is pretty much the same as well. It's from a comic book that was apparently being written as the movie was being shot.
It's very violent, and you love the gadgets in it. So it pays homage to the Bond.
Yeah, and the old spy movies. So you've got all sorts of gadgets, very, very sharp suits, real terrible villains.
Yeah.
And also it's self-referencing in that way, right?
It's intelligent. It is an intelligent, fluffy movie. But also, I mean, if you can have that. I mean, it's different things, but somehow it works. I quite enjoyed it.
It works. I think it should work for the women as well. They should just bypass the language and all that.
Yep.
Because Colin Firth looks very, very sharp.
But there are three notable scenes or set pieces in the movie for me that stood out. One is a church scene. Yes. And it was brilliantly choreographed.
Yes.
I mean, it was fantastic camera work, and the scenes was amazing, albeit it was very violent.
Yes.
Then there was the choreographed explosions at the end. I mean, we won't give it away, but there was a choreographed musical interlude of explosions that happened, and that was very well done. I mean, I was
completely ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. It was, you didn't for a while you didn't know whether am I supposed to like this? Am I supposed to laugh, or am I supposed to? So it was quite good. The third one, which is the biggest talking point of the movie, is a joke at the end.
Yeah, it was a gag.
It was a gag at the end. Now, some people found it extremely funny. Some people found it very tasteless and very misogynist. Where do you stand?
I think it's a gag. I went with my wife. She didn't know about the controversy, so she didn't have time to formulate an opinion. When it happened, she laughed.
Yep.
Because we took it at face value. Okay, whatever. Nut jobs.
It's funny. I thought it was at the time. It stood out a bit like a sore thumb from the character that said it. I've read what Matthew Vaughn had to say about that. Because all Bond movies had innuendos, he thought, might as well do it straight off. This is what's going to happen. And I can see where he's coming from when he explained it that way. If it was further into the movie and not so near the end, we would have let it pass. A lot of people would have let it pass. But I think it was the last thing that sort of...
But if people were familiar with Matthew Vaughn, people had seen Kick-Ass, for example, it should not shock them in any way.
I suppose a 12-year-old using a C word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
it was a 12-year-old using a C word.
Yes. So, but if you've seen, and if you enjoyed Lockstock and Snatch and Kick-Ass,
There were tasteless jokes in there, but it was funny.
it's a gag. Move on.
So, how many stars would you give it?
It was enjoyable. Definitely not boring. So I'd give it 3.5 stars.
I think I'll give it a 4-star. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's been a while since a spy movie which is funny.
Yes.
Since Austin Powers, there's been nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 stars for me.
Right.